Education. Chebukati started school at the age of 6 in Madisi Primary School. Chairman underwent the Bukusu rite of passage in 1976 and thus belongs to the circumcision age set Singilo, known as Bachuma Grade 3 or Bachuma Number 3. After his certificate of primary school education exam, he later joined St. Peter Mumia School and later Bokoli School, where he sat for the East African Certificate of Secondary Education. He began breaking ceilings while in secondary school as he emerged the best student, obtaining a Division 1 of 11. In 1979, the young Chebukati got admission to the prestigious Lenana School for his A-levels. It was a major culture shock for him, joining a school with a British curriculum and way of life. He was grateful to his father for paying his fees, and he worked hard to be awarded a one-year scholarship from Lenana. He focused on his studies and excelled. Chebukati enjoyed the art subjects and was the best student in English, history, literature, and geography. In 1980, he was awarded the overall arts prize in his A-levels at Lenana School. When it was time to choose a career, he was impressed by a friend of his father called Captain, who was a lawyer and he dressed up in suits. He desired to be just like him. He studied hard and concluded his studies in 1980 and gained admission into the Faculty of Law of the University of Nairobi in 1981. A year was lost outside of university following the attempted military coup in 1982. When he enrolled in school, he immersed himself in the study of legal principles and the intricacies of the justice system. His dedication to his studies was evident to all who knew him. As a university student, he was actively involved in the Students' Union and other student organizations. He served as chairperson of the Bungoma Students' Union and was involved in a lot of activities to raise funds for students so that they could also get a chance to study. He graduated from the University of Nairobi in 1985 and was sworn in as an advocate of the High Court in 17th November 1986. His class was known as the UON Class of 85. To better himself, he later obtained a Master of Business Administration degree from the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. He later wanted to enroll for a PhD, but he could not do so due to his illness. The family man. Beyond his professional achievements, he was a devoted husband and father. He met his wife, Mary, an accountant working at the Ministry of Finance while in Mombasa, where she was undertaking a training. What started out as him giving her legal advice ended up in love and courtship, with numerous phone calls to Nairobi where she had returned and bi-weekly flights to visit her. It took many dinners before he finally gathered the courage to propose to her. He cherished his wife, Mary. They went on to have 3 children, a daughter Rachel, who is by my side, and 2 sons, Jonathan and Emmanuel. Chebukati was a hands-on dad. As true as he was to his profession, was as he to his role as dad. He always enjoyed the holiday season with family, as he would make it a point to take his family on holiday every Christmas period, without fail. His family was his anchor, providing him with the strength and support he needed to carry out his duties. Chebukati found solace in his family. Within the bounds of the law, Chebukati's journey into the legal world was not just a career choice, but a calling. Immediately upon his graduation in 1986, he opened his own law firm, Wanyonyi and Company Advocates in Mombasa, which he managed successfully for 20 years. He saw the law as a powerful tool to bring about change and to uphold the principles of fairness and equity. He was a principled lawyer and believed that a client had to be told the truth from the onset. Honesty was his mantra. To him, the law was not just a set of rules and principles, but its role was to protect the vulnerable and hold the powerful accountable. He spent countless hours poring over legal texts to refine his skills. He was a sought-after speaker at legal conferences, at seminars where he shared his insights. He was often called upon for his expert opinion. Chebukati believed in giving back to the community and took great pride in mentoring young lawyers, providing guidance and sharing knowledge for them to succeed and establish themselves in the legal field. In the year 2006, he founded Ruto and Associates Advocates, a Nairobi-based partnership law firm with 5 others. Ruto was an acronym for all 6 partners, with C standing for Chebukati. Chebukati took on numerous cases, many of which were challenging and complex, yet he never shied away from a fight. He defended the rights of people, whether it was a high-profile case or a pro bono effort for a marginalized individual. Each case was handled with the same level of care and dedication. He believed that everyone deserved a fair chance and that the law should serve as a shield for those in need. He made significant contributions to the legal field and the field of corporate law and helped businesses navigate legal challenges within the bound of the law. Chebukati loved the law and had 38 years of post-qualified experience at the time of his passing. He has left an indelible mark on the legal landscape of Kenya. Politics. In 2007, he decided to try his hand at politics. He vied for the Saboti constituency parliamentary seats on an Orange Democratic Movement ODM ticket, and he came in second place at the helm of IEBC. Chebukati was appointed as chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission in January 2017. Prior to assuming his role as a state officer, to avoid any conflict of interest, he resigned from his law firm and resigned as a life member of ODM. During his tenure, Chebukati led the IEBC through 2 challenging presidential election cycles: the 2017 general election, including the historic October 2017 repeat presidential election that followed the Supreme Court's annulment of the initial results, and of course the 2022 general election. Under his leadership, the IEBC championed technological advancements to enhance transparency. One of his key initiatives was the implementation of the Kenya Integrated Electoral Management System, popularly known as KIEMS, which enabled the electronic transmission of results from polling stations. In 2022, he made the result transmission portal publicly accessible, a move widely praised for promoting transparency. He also structured the IEBC's election management team, notably reorganizing the Presidential Election Project Team in 2017 following internal disputes. His tenure at IEBC was not without challenges, as you all know. His decisions were scrutinized, his actions debated. There were controversies, there were disagreements, and yet he remained resolute. He faced criticism head-on. He defended the integrity of the electoral process. He firmly believed in the rule of law. He respected the Constitution. His courage was admirable. Chebukati officially exited office on 18th January 2023, becoming the first IEBC chairman to complete the 6-year constitutional term. In recognition of his service, he was awarded an Elder of the Golden Heart, EGH, Kenya's highest civilian honor, by Your Excellency the President. I wish to thank Kenyans for giving me an opportunity to serve them. It has been an honor. It was undoubtedly a challenging assignment, but I served my country to the best of my ability and in accordance with the oath of office that I took, he said upon his retirement. The contribution of Chebukati to Kenya's electoral system will be remembered in the nation's history. He has been a key figure in Kenya's electoral landscape. Beyond his service in Kenya, Chebukati was recognized on the international stage as well as the President of the General Assembly of the Association of African Election Authorities, AAEA, sharing lessons learned in election management. After the 2022 general election, Chebukati embarked on a global mission to share his wealth of knowledge and experience on election management and leadership. He was invited to several countries. In July 2023, he was in Kingston, Canada, for the Electoral Integrities Project's annual conference, where he gave a presentation on the role of technology in improving the integrity of the electoral process in Kenya. In November 2023, Chebukati was invited to the International Center for Parliamentary Studies, ICPS, and the Portuguese National Electoral Commission to attend the 19th International Electoral Affairs Symposium in Lisbon, Portugal. In his address, he highlighted how the IEBC leveraged technology to ensure transparency in elections. It brought together representatives from the electoral democracy community to share best practices and initiatives for adaptation in over 120 countries. His efforts were rewarded when IEBC won the prestigious Election Management Award at the event. The Commission also emerged as runners-up in the Election Ergonomic Award. He then went on to attend the ECOWAS Network of Electoral Commissions ECONEC Symposium in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, where he delivered a compelling presentation on overcoming legal, political, and institutional constraints against electoral reforms. In this meeting, he shared how IEBC successfully navigated challenges to enhance Kenya's electoral process. Immediately after, he headed to Cape Town, South Africa for the 5th anniversary of the Electoral Commission's Forums of Southern African Development Community, ECF SADC. During his keynote address, he emphasized the need for fidelity to the law as key to ensuring that elections are conducted with integrity and trust. After this roller coaster of meetings, he declared, from east to west, north to south, I am grateful to have completed my 2023 global tour on sharing my election management experiences and leadership. Together, let's nurture and move democracy forward. Golf. It is impossible to talk about Chebukati without talking about his love for golf, which he played to the level of single handicap. He was an avid golfer, and he introduced his wife, Mary, and his children to the sport at a young age. Golf became a family affair. Every Sunday after church, he and his family played a round of golf. They had family competitions where they partnered up to compete against each other. Initially, he would coach his children himself, and then later on he took them to be trained by the best professionals in Kenya and in South Africa, as he saw potential in them. This led to 2 of his children emerging among the top junior golfers in Kenya. Playing golf with the family was not considered manly by his peers, but he chose to do it anyway. Other male golfers found this odd, and they teased him about it. They did not understand why he preferred to play with his wife and children. First for Chebukati, family time was important time to him. The Chebukatis would dress up in matching outfits when they played against each other every Sunday, and they became trendsetters. Golf was his escape. It was his passion. He said that golf taught him patience and strategy, qualities that he brought into his professional life. He was a respected member of the golfing community. He served as captain and chairman of both Mombasa Golf Club and Nyali Golf Club, and as the coast representative to the Kenya Golf Union. He also encouraged his wife Mary and daughter Rachel to take up leadership positions in the golf community, and was extremely proud when they not only served at golf club level, but also ascended to various golf leadership positions at a national level. Professional memberships. Chebukati was a member of the Law Society of Kenya and a member of the Institute of Certified Public Secretaries. How he will be remembered. Chebukati will forever be remembered as a dedicated and loving man. He cherished his wife Mary and his children, and he strived to give them the best of everything at all times. He will also be remembered as a fearless, principled, and diligent leader who served this nation with dedication. A man who stood for and defended the sanctity of free and fair elections. A man who exemplified courage and resilience, often under immense pressure, to ensure that the will of the Kenyan people was heard through the ballot. His commitment to holding the principles, democratic principles, earned him the respect of many, and he will remain etched in the annals of Kenya's history. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations to uphold the values of truth, fairness, and justice. His contributions to Kenya's democracy will never be forgotten. Promotion to glory. In April 2023, Chebukati was diagnosed with glioblastoma, GBM, an aggressive malignant brain tumor. He immediately had a successful surgery, and after his recovery, he was quickly back to undertaking his various duties as a retired state officer. During this time, he was invited to be a keynote speaker at multiple international conferences across the world. He wrote his memoirs and he played golf frequently. Unfortunately, there was a recurrence of the GBM in April 2024, followed by a second successful surgery, after which he chose to spend most of his time with his family, who showered him with love and positive energy. He fought bravely, stayed cheerful, and beat the odds for many months. Sadly, the doctors informed the family that he had passed away on the night of Thursday, 20th February 2025, due to a cardiac arrest while he was admitted at the hospital. Thank you.
Just appreciate the family for just being able to